Hey everyone, welcome back to Reseller Rowboat, to another car chat. I always said I wasn't going to do any more car chats because they're kind of dangerous, but reality is my life is super busy and the only time I ever really get to record is in the car. So here we are, where we find ourselves talking about eBay, Poshmark, Shopify, and personal updates. My eBay sales have started going up again, so I'm very happy about that. My mood has been a little bit better. My motivation has been a lot better. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a live stream on my new channel. It's linked below, for my new store, which is linked below, tenofheartstore.com. And I think I'm going to be streaming just in one place, either Facebook or YouTube. I have a feeling it's going to be Facebook, because I have more followers on my Facebook page than I do on my new YouTube channel. And then what I will do is I will upload the recording here and on my new YouTube channel, which is also linked below. I'm doing this because the past few weeks I've noticed, thank goodness I went back and replayed the videos, they are lagging. I mean, super lag, to where you don't even see my face and I'm just talking. You don't even see the clothes and I'm just talking. And that's not going to work. And I think it might be because I'm dual streaming. I don't know. I haven't gone back and looked at any of the others. I don't want to know. So that could be why I'm not getting a lot of views, as people are they click it and nothing really happens much. And so they just get out of it. I don't know. All right. So my thing is, eBay is up and I have a return getting ready to happen. It's a margarita picture, and it says 2 places in the listing, if this is not your model number, this part will not fit. And she gave me a positive feedback. Everything's perfect, but unfortunately I'm going to have to return this. It doesn't fit. And then she messaged me, I'm going to have to return this. It doesn't fit. She didn't open a return yet. And I said, well, if this is your model number, it'll fit. And I haven't heard back from her. So I'm hoping that she's nice enough and will send it back on her dime. That's what I'm hoping. I think I'm trying to be positive. Okay, I've been reading the Daily Stoic every day. I've been trying to follow the principles of not worrying about things that I can't control, not getting so upset about things I can't control. And yet I was again up at 5 o'clock this morning, could not sleep because I was worried about this, that, and the other. So I don't know. Do you guys worry? Like, give me some comments. Who's got anxiety out there? All right. I know one person that I'm thinking of in my head. You know who you are, has anxiety really bad. So, all right. So got a little bit of sun this weekend. Laid out in the pool. So really about eBay, I really don't know what else to say except for my sales are up. The parts that I bought at the flea market a few weeks ago are starting to sell. I think I've sold like 6 pieces. And I spent $166, I think, $166 on those items. And 6 of them have sold. So at least $20 a piece or more, I've probably almost to my money back, getting close, because I know that one piece was rather expensive. They paid quite a bit. I think they paid like $47 for it, whatever it was. So I told myself, Beth, this is a sign when you've got all these pieces selling, as a few days after you list them, you really need to be doing this more. You need to go to the flea market. You need to get some more appliances. And I had every intention of doing that this past weekend, even though I didn't want to. And then my dog got deathly ill, and we almost lost her Thursday night, and she was in the hospital for 2 days, and so I couldn't go to the flea market. So But, I'm just grateful that I have this business and I have a job that's flexible where I can do these things. I just talked to my boss and I said, look, I can't come in. I've had no sleep. I'm going to need to go lay down for 2 hours and then I'll get up and work remotely. I mean, he was awesome. He was so flexible with me. And then I went in yesterday to kind of make up for time in the office. And oh my gosh, please don't let there be a train. So it doesn't take me long to get places from where we live normally, but at this one train track lately, the arms have been down and no train. And then you drive down a couple of roads to the next one and the arms are down there. And so it's just playing a game of which, where are the arms down and where are they not? And it makes it difficult to get anywhere. It makes it difficult to get from one place to another. And your GPS doesn't tell you that, right? And I'm suspecting right now, I don't see a train going by that the arms are down. I don't know. I don't know why they don't fix this issue. Okay, Shopify, same, still no sales. I did run a Pinterest ad for $50 for 10 days. It's just my business card, tagging, plus size clothing, plus size women, things like that. I've gotten no hits. I'm assuming I need to have a video ad, which I have no time to make. Okay, it's moving now. Maybe we're good. I don't know what to tell you guys about Shopify. I've had several of you say, I really want to make a Shopify store. And I'm like, please learn from me. Don't open one, whatever you do, until I figure all of this out. I mean, that's really the bottom line. I need to figure all of this out. And, it's just, I need to figure it out. And I want you to go along with me so you don't make any mistakes that I'm making. And I don't really think I'm making mistakes, but I'm learning. It's Shopify tuition. All right, one thing I have changed this past week is I changed my business cards again. I have this whole stack of business cards that I can't use basically because I keep changing it. But that's okay. I'm only ordering 500 at a time. And I can use those business cards for other things like putting the earrings in and writing on the back. But what I'm doing is, and thank you, Bridget, for this idea, on the back now, it says something to the effect of, save money, our best prices, go to our online store, save more when you buy direct at, and then it's got my website in bright red in the middle. Because when Bridget and I were talking, she's like, you know what I think is happening, Beth? She says, yeah, they're seeing the emery boards and they're seeing the business cards, but they're assuming that all that is your eBay store or your Poshmark Closet. They're assuming that, and they're not really reading it. So on the plastic bag, I've always used double-sided tape and taped the business card to the front of the plastic bag. So they actually have to rip that business card off in order to get to the clothing. And so now what I'm doing is I'm turning the card upside down, face up, to where it has that blurb, save more when you shop direct. And that's facing them. Now, here's another problem with selling clothing, or an issue, and this happened with my YouTube sales. Unless someone is a shopaholic or they've lost a lot of weight and they need a totally new wardrobe, most people will buy a piece of clothing and they won't buy another piece of clothing for 2 to 6 months to a year. That's most people. And I found that happening with my YouTube lives, because somebody would spend, like $30 one week, and then the next week they wouldn't buy anything because they're like, well, I just bought $30 of, dresses from Beth. I don't need any more dresses right now. I don't need to spend any more money on clothing right now. So then I started having my YouTube lives sales once every other week because of that. But they still haven't replenished their budget for the month. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, I did have some people that every week we're coming in there and buying because number one, they either have, I don't want to say they have a shopping addiction. They just love shopping. They have an unlimited source of income or budget for clothing. Or they lost weight or they gained weight and they need a whole new wardrobe. So every week they're coming back. The majority of people don't do that. So my point is, when they get the package from my store and there's a business card in there, well, they chunk it or they put it aside. They might be used. That was the whole idea of the emery board. They would hopefully keep using the emery board for a couple of months and then look down and go, oh, but they don't need or want clothing again in the time frame that it takes them to keep the business card or the emery board. And that's a problem with clothing, guys. And but I guess it's a problem with anything. But I guess what I'm thinking of is like people who need an endless supply of something. Like if you're a reseller and you buy lots of clothes from someone and you purchase every month, or like me, I buy poly mailers every 3 months. I buy the same poly mailers, every 3 months I buy the same labels, that kind of thing. Clothing, it doesn't work that way, and I think really the majority doesn't. So I don't know. I'm getting a little bit concerned, but the main thing is I'm trying new things, right? And the next time I have time to actually record a video ad that I like, I may try Pinterest one more time. They suggested $7 for 10 days. They always have a suggestion, $7, 10 days. I didn't want to put $70 into it, Now, if I would have put $7 for 10 days instead of $5, would I have gotten a different outcome? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I would have at least gotten one hit. I think maybe $7 maybe one hit. I don't know. I don't think it really, I don't know. All right. Well, going back to eBay a little bit, I've been trying to think of some things I could do on this channel to help people. And I know most of you are probably seasoned sellers, but I do see some comments in people's shows from people who are starting out. And so I think what I'm going to do is possibly do a beginner series, like a 12-part series, if you want to sell clothing on eBay or any other platform, actually. And it'll be about a 12-part series. I want to make the videos 15 minutes or less and just pick apart each little thing about what you need to know for listing clothing on eBay. I think that would be helpful to some people. I even know some people who have been selling a long time on eBay who have overlooked some of the smallest things, and not because they're ignorant or dumb or whatever, but they've been focusing on other things, and now it's time for them to take a look at other things, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I'll just do a full well-rounded, I think right now I've got enough for a 12-part series, but look for that in the future. It probably won't be until like maybe October or November, maybe when I get back from my trip. But I'm already taking notes and figuring out like what needs to go in each video and things like that. So this is a very tricky part right here. So hold on. I had a wreck here one time. And the lady just kept insisting it was my fault. And I said, lady, look at the sign. It says I can go this way. No, you can't go that way. You have to go to the right. No. I wanted to walk her down to the sign, but I didn't. All right, so I made it past that. So now I'm on my way to my parents. So the next best thing to going to the flea market for me is to go thrifting up near my parents and seeing if I can find some appliances. I'm going to go to 3 stores, like three stores like I normally do, but I don't normally go during the middle of the week. Today is Tuesday. So hopefully I'll find some machines that are decent, and then I also want to look for some 3D picture frames. I'm no longer looking at signs, not because I don't love them and they don't sell, but the picture frames for me are what are selling the most. So obviously those are either higher in demand or I'm better at picking those out. And so yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And I would love to go to like Family Thrift Outlet for those because the prices are so good, but they write on the back in red Sharpie and I can't get it off. If they write on the glass of the picture frame, I can get it off. But normally they run on the back and then I'm stuck. I've had to chunk a bunch of things that I wasn't thinking about when I bought them, going, man, 99 cents for this. Then I get home and I can't get the red off. So, yeah. What else? Poshmark. I went against what I said I would do. I told you guys I was going to stop doing silent auctions for a while to experiment. I chickened out. I'm still doing them because I'm afraid that if I stop, any sales that I get, will stop. And so I'm still doing them, but my sales on Poshmark are not up like they were. I had one lady, and I know this is a bot, but I think I counted between 40 and 45 items that she liked or bundled. Okay, so I think it's liked. So I know that that's a bot, right? I'm pretty sure it's a bot. So when it's people like that, I go over to their account and I just block them. Because that took up I had to scroll 3 pages at least, maybe 4, before I could ever get to the end of the things that she liked. But I'm still being consistently going over and making offers on the likes because I have SIDEKICK tools set up for something like 30% off with $8 profit or something like that. And so it doesn't always send them out because I see a lot of them that it misses because they don't meet the criteria that I set up. So then I go over and my magic number is $12. If it's $20, it's $12. If it's $18, I offer $12. If we get lower than that, like $14, I put $10. Because if it's listed on Poshmark for $14, it's been sitting quite a while, at least a year, probably, maybe more. So I'll take $10 for that. So that's what I've been doing, and it seems like most of the sales that I'm making are from people accepting my offers. I had a couple of people that bought full price over there, but the sales have gone down on Poshmark and up on eBay. So isn't that the way it always goes? All right, and the last thing I guess I'll talk about is when I get some spare time, I'm going to start checking out Nifty because I know a lot of people use Nifty to list clothing, and some of you seem to think it might work for me instead of the other AI listers that I've been seeing, and I tried one. But I just haven't had time. My parents' bathroom and bedroom flooded Friday, and then my dog, like I said, was deathly ill, and thank God they saved her life, and I'm going to have a little bit more time with her. I don't know how much time we have. She's 13, but she pulled through again, so I'm thankful for that. All right, well, I'm pulling up here to the post office. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you'll join me on one of my channels or my Facebook page and look at pretty clothes. I have about 106 items to show. Probably not as many. I probably have some pants that I'm going to take out of there. But anyway, don't forget, we are all in this business boat together. So paddle on, and may God keep you in his pocket, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.